tested. And even when these teams have struggled and winless seasons have been part of the equation, that just intensified the resolve to bring home the apples. Welcome to the Palouse, home in Washington Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Washington Huskies. Taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Washington State lined up to kick it off and get this game going. Fielded in the end zone, it's Poole. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. So Washington's offense will get the first crack at it here. Wazoo will savor any victory it gets over the Huskies, and certainly they enjoyed that close one last year.
You dang right, and they should enjoy that last one. They got left when the conference realignment thing happened, but they got a chance in the last meeting to take care of business.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force-feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Huskies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
Quickly to the tight end. Lowers those pads. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete. So now it's second and long. Looking for a man. It's Rush. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Rain games are so annoying for an offense when you want to throw the football and it's coming down and you can't grip it. But I just remember back in Little League football, rain practices were the best, weren't they? You just run and dive as hard as you can into the puddles, see how far you can slide. And the great thing was, Mama had to clean your uniform and not you.
Back to the ground with the running back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Washington State going quickly.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Out of the gun to give to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Out of the shotgun on third down. Snagged out of the air. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cougars had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Handoff from the gun. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington State.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happened.
He uncorks one deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Huskies in a good spot here with second and short. They'll go back to the ground. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that second down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get it first.
Looking for the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 22. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Had to throw it before he wanted. And it's incomplete on third down. Washington State sends out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Hauls it in at the 40. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. A continual subplot since these two first squared off in 1900 is Washington State trying to prove it deserves the same respect and status as UW.
And I think oftentimes the great rivalries out west are forgotten in college football. This game between Washington and Washington State is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy that with conference realignment, they were able to keep this game on the schedule because it is always fun to watch.
It is fun, and it's for the Apple Cup, and here's the cool thing. These teams, they're not in the same conference anymore. They used to be for years, but this rivalry still lives because it still matters to the Washington and Washington State fans.
They kick it away on 4th down. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Got the quick completion. Breaks into the open. Always quick to make the move, and he's out to the 39. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, the running back has it. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Here's the pressure. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Finds the tight end. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw because he put it out in front of his big...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Washington!
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, you usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, the bad blood between Oregon and Oregon State dates back to 1894, at least on the football field. A top 5 rivalry, and it's gone final. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Hold.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. The snap sets up the throw. They're setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. There he goes. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. The give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. The Cougars want to move quickly.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. The timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Wazoo headed to the line with another first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Oh, it's a reverse. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
He's going to fire deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Nestled just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Leaves it with the back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go.
Turning it on! And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field.
Fires one high and deep. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete. But if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. To the air, it's Rush. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Going to the running game. Makes it past the marker. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Huskies. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Looks as if that'll be enough to give Washington State a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. And some room to work. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gay. Still on his feet. All by himself down the middle. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Can the D deny them on second and goal?
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big second down here, probably expecting the offense to throw with a little bit more room to work with.
How about this defense just wrecking the offense on the last 2 plays? Touchdown, Cougars! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. We talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. As productive as these 2 offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here. He might want another play. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the tight end. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And the defense makes a play, finally. A lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Huskies and Cougars. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. A lot of intrigue with this second half still to come as we send things back to the Evergreen State.
Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. He'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
And they'll miss the connection here on third down. Washington State will have to boot it away. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. The Huskies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looking to pick up a first down on third and short from the 43. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Rush. Working that left side now. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
You know, I think that was nickel right there, and I do like bringing in an extra DB. Why? Not only can that guy cover in the slot, but he can also blitz. You can kind of disguise.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Second down, he'll throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Touchdown, Washington! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pulls it in. It's game. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. A designed run for the quarterback. Breaks into the open. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. On first down, here comes this offense. He's looking to throw. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That's caught. It's Thomas. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. Washington State sends out the punt unit. Catches it at the 30. He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Looking left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Huskies! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not one, not two, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. Give to the running back. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front, and good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
And first down for the offense.
It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Back to pass. It's Rush. Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Pulls it in. It's Poole. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Okay, ready?
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. This quarterback part of their running game. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Huskies! And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
He'll start this drive firing. Makes the catch. It's Abraham. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella.
Yeah, it's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that first down. Defense will have to do a better job next time.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. He'll throw it. With the catch, it's Daly. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Under fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, Dave.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He'll keep it himself. Turning it on. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Washington. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
It's a reverse. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Unloads it left. Hauls it in. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Washington State has it all working right now. Off the play fake on 1st down. Pressure coming. That's caught. It's Gay. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Daly. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a 9-yard loss. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Dead center perfect. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll bring it out. It's Poole. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
He lofts one down the sideline. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is a tough.
Looking for more room. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He's at the touchdown, Cougar! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Well, sometimes you just got to be lucky, and that time the ball bounced the right way for the kicking team. They were able to recover their own onside kick, and they've got possession. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gay. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to pass on second down. Fakes to grab. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Wants to throw on first down. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Trick 9B. Trying to power it in. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington State.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Smashes it through for the PAT. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
He's looking deep. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Rush. Throws toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out on this game. The Huskies had that dog in them in this one, taking down the Cougs for the Apple Cup and the Governor's Trophy. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.